Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to Crypto Chat UK. As you can see, I've got my sunglasses on again. This has been brilliant. I mean, it's been absolutely beautiful weather the last, 2, 3, 4 days. Fantastic bank holiday for everybody. I've been working most of it, but it's nice to have that sunshine. Taking a bit to acclimatise, because like last week and the week before, it was frost. I was waking up to ice on the car, ice on my bloody garage, ice on my shed and my office in my back garden. It was just absolutely crazy, and now look at it, beautiful. Take me a bit to acclimatise, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Give me more of this. I love it. I'd rather it be nice like this than any other. Now, yeah, like I said, I want to go through a few things today, mainly market capitalization. That's what I want to look at, but also the 24-hour volume. We're going to check that out. I'm only going to briefly go on this. There's lots of information, lots of videos out there on it if you want to learn more. If you ever need to know more from me, just give me a shout, ask me any questions. It's fine. Don't forget, here we still have Litecoin's halving and Bitcoin's halving approaching. Now, this might seem like quite a long time away, but it approaches faster than you think sometimes. This will soon be less than 100 days, of course, for Litecoin. And it is less than 400 days for Bitcoin. You want to keep an eye on this, on one, especially if you invest in speculative reasons. If you're putting money in for speculative reasons, then you want to check this out. You want to check back through the history. I've done a little video on it, but you want to check back to what's happened on previous halvings. But also you want to look into the approach of these ones as the date gets closer. What is happening in the market? Then you can look at post as well. I mean, post what will happen. You know, I'm suspecting some big movements upwards, of course, especially as with the halving, that does make it rarer. It does make it that much more rare. And you know how many basically rewards the miners get, it will have an effect on the market. Of course it will. Keep an eye on that. Check it out. So what we're going to do is we'll quickly look at the market capitalization called CoinMarketCap. Don't forget, I am not a financial advisor, so obviously do your own research. Check out the information I give and other people give, and do your own research. But I want to look at that, and we'll have a brief look at the market. So let's shrink this down now. We'll have a quick look. So here, market capitalization just under 179 billion. It's having a bit of a drop there. We'll come back and have a look at the individuals shortly. Just a brief look. Let's look at the market cap according to CoinMarketCap. Okay, so if we look over last year, so if we change this to the last year, okay. Now, if you look in the last year, the very peak of it was about 469 billion market capitalization. It's approximately that, and that was May the 5th. And we had 24-hour volume of about 25.5 billion. Now, there is some higher than that. I think at some point it was 30 billion. Now you've just seen 29. At some point it was about 30 billion volume movement over 24 hours. Okay, and as you can see, probably at this point, a lot of us thought we would get recovery from that big drop from the 800 billion mark. Early in 2018, we were getting that big drop. And then we had like a recovery. We thought we were recovering from that. Obviously, you have to look, which I'm going to do a video again about, the RSI index. So the relative strength index is dead important for analysing this kind of stuff. It kind of, if you don't know about it, it gives you an idea when it's oversold and when it's overbought. Okay, and that's a great way. It's brilliant for day trading as well, absolutely brilliant. But it's a good way to look at the market and kind of look at market trends as well. RSI is brilliant, not just for like short term, but looking at long term trends. Okay, okay, if you look, obviously it kept falling. We had movement of up and down, of course we did. And then there was some point where it was getting below the 200 billion mark later in 2018. We're looking at September here, for example. It rose again above 200 billion, which was great. It looked great, but obviously still took down. And as we was talking about the bears taking over, and the bulls were not basically coming back into the game. So this is what happened here. Now, there was somewhere around here, I can't remember what date it was, I did a video and I was talking about basically the buying pressure at some point has got to overpower the bears. Okay, so the bullish movement, the bullish movement, the buyers in the market, that buying pressure has got to overcome the selling pressure at some point. Now there is other reasons for it to go up, but certainly I think that did happen. I think the lowest it went to was probably about 101 billion or thereabouts. Okay, it's approximately just over 100 billion. That's about the lowest it went. There was a point just before that I said this can't go on and carry on the way it is. There is a point where the buying pressure will overpower the selling pressure. That had to happen. It was just pretty obvious that was going to happen. You know, you don't need to be a genius when it comes to that. And obviously that has happened. I mean, there's other reasons for the market going up, of course, but that definitely has happened. There's a point where you just can't carry on going any lower. Can't go carry on going any lower. But as you can see, so as I was talking about, 179 billion, just under 180 billion. Okay, you are looking at a 24-hour volume there at the moment of 41 billion, just over 41.5 billion. I think at some point it might have been about 60 to 80 billion, so 60 billion. I think there is an 80 billion mark there somewhere. But it is substantial. The 24-hour volume is substantial, and there's 81 billion. It is substantial, and it is so much different, because if you just go back here, okay, and you look at the 24-hour volume, you're looking at 25 there. I think at some highest point was something like 30 billion, 31 billion or something like that. And that's kind of what it is. It does kind of show to me. There is other things. If you want to know about 24-hour volume, definitely go out there and research it. And research, one, what the effects are on the market and basically what it means for the market now and for in the future. But the actual 24-hour volume has increased to a massive degree as it's got later on in the first quarter of this year. You can see the increase in 2019. And it is much more substantial. Even at the highest point in the last year, at the highest price, you can see the difference. And it's dead important that. It does kind of prove that currently, many of the cryptocurrencies, in particular Bitcoin, they're undervalued. Totally undervalued at the moment. And we are going to see substantial growth. Whether that happens later this year. Some guys have predicted, some of the guys analysing the market predicted $10,000 by the end of the year. Yeah, that's great. It could jump up a lot more, to be fair. Quite simple. Now, there's a lot of predictions for, you know, for the next 7 years and 8 years on cryptocurrency. No, they're not going to get it dead on right. There is some that are really good and seem to be at the target a little bit. But don't forget the speculative aspect of it and the reading of the market. It's not easy because there's a lot of not just maths in there. There's a lot of psychology in it as well, particularly in the retail market. All right, so definitely worth looking at. And if you look at the last year, that's how it's going to be. I think at some point it's going to be well above the 200 odd billion mark, and it's going to continue to grow. One day, and I've said this before, one day, who knows when, in the next couple of years or so, I suspect it'll easily hit that $1 trillion mark. Okay, as things change, as more people get in the market, as it's understood more, and the teachings of it more become apparent, and that's great. Talking about teachings, I am doing some courses to get qualified, certified in cryptocurrency and the blockchain. I'm adding to my knowledge all the time, and I'm testing my knowledge all the time, and we are going to be looking at definitely some courses for myself, and perhaps some people I know as well are interested. Some friends of mine are interested in going on it. If you're interested in any of that, I might do a video on it as I'm looking through the course to see which are the best certifications, which are the best companies to go for, and the best training and examinations. But I'm going to look at some online stuff and some face-to-face stuff as well. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the market before I go. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty much all greens. I'm not going to go, oh look, well, my screen's going to go off in a second. Hang on, there we go. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there we go. You've got Bitcoin there, growth, all in the greens basically. Obviously Tether's different, so it shows that money's into the market rather than being tethered. And if you can look at that, I mean, Cardano needs to grow a lot more anyway. 7.5 cents. Certainly need to see that getting over the 10 cents mark at some point. Keep an eye on that. But if you look at all the others, there has been substantial growth. Now, they've been talking about breaking through the resistance levels of 5,400 and getting support at that price for Bitcoin. That's something to keep an eye on. Dead important, I think, that 5,400 mark. It has sneaked above there, but not stayed. So it's not been supported at that price. Definitely loads of movement going on, and it is beautiful. It is going the right direction. So if we continue sideways movement and then percentages of growth, if it's supported growth, that's great. I cannot see this dropping substantially. Obviously, we all know there is some pullbacks. If you look at them pullbacks, that's when to get in. That's when to use your dollar cost averaging as well. And that's the way to do it. But don't forget, guys, keep an eye on all the aspects, all the things. The psychology of it, the reading of the market. Don't forget there's the RSI. So the Relative Strength Index is dead important. It basically indicates a few things. It indicates trends. It also indicates, you know, the oversold point and the overbought point, and these are dead important. I have done videos on this. If you need to know more information about the RSI, let us know. There is other factors when it comes to the market, but RSI is something really good. It is a simple but brilliant way to analyze the market. And it helps you to analyze trends, but also when it's oversold and overbought. Don't forget that. And keep an eye on the halvings. It is substantial. I keep repeating myself, but it can't be highlighted enough. The halving of Bitcoin Litecoin, very important for the price. Very important for movement. Okay, but we shall be seeing you very soon. So if you did like this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe. I am still a pretty small YouTuber at the end of the day. I'm very happy with what I do every week. I want to do some more, and I will bring some to you. So if you do show your support, please subscribe, but also hit the notification bell, and I will be coming back on with some great information soon. So take it easy, guys. I will be speaking to you very soon.